Hey guys, German versus USA here, and I'm sorry if you can hear dogs barking in the background. But this is going to be showing off Dark Requiem Exceed Dragon in action. Even though this is raidraptors, so I'm going to be doing my raidraptor thing for the first, 3 turns, because he can't get over Ultimate Falcon. So I'm facing Plant Synchros. Or Aroma Mage Synchros, I should actually say, is more like it. So, first we draw into our first piece of the puzzle, which is Phantom Rank Up Magic Phantom Knight of Launch, and it reads, during either player's main phase, target one Dark Exceed monster you control with no Exceed material. Special summon from your extra deck one Dark Exceed monster that's 1 rank higher than this monster by using an Exceed material, and if you do, attach this card to the summoned monster as Exceed material. This is a treated Exceed summon. Exceed material attached to also becomes Exceed material on this summoned monster. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target one Dark Exceed monster you control, attach one Phantom Knights monster from your hand to the monster as Exceed material. The second part, besides the summoning condition, is not really important for this deck because I don't play any Phantom Knights cards except for literally this card. Only Phantom Knight card because it's what lets me get to Dark Requiem. I accidentally try and I misread Impale, so I try and switch this card to defense attack mode because it has 0 attack. And this is where the bane of Ultimate Falcon comes into play. And its name is Utopia the Lightning. Because 3,500 attack doesn't beat 5 grand. And then this is where I top deck Vanishing, which basically wins me the game. And then it's going to activate, and I'm going to go immediately into Dark Requiem. Dark Requiem Exceed Dragon. 3 level 5 monsters. Never gonna summon it that way, unless you do some really complicated shit with your, with magicians. Otherwise, you're never gonna summon them that way. And it only gains its effects while it has Dark Rebellion as Exceed material. Once per turn, you can detach 1. Target 1 monster on the field. Your opponent controls, its attack becomes 0, and it gains its original attack. And then during either player's turn, when your opponent activates monster, you can detach 1 Exceed material from this card, negate its activation. If you do, destroy that monster, and then you can special summon 1 Exceed monster from your graveyard. So that second effect comes in handy later, but for some reason, you should be able to summon Dark Rebellion with that, but it didn't let me, so I summoned something better. And then it's going to try and negate Dark Requiem's effect, so I do that and summon Ultimate Falcon back, because, you know, being able to pull Ultimate Falcon out of nothing is beautiful. He's going to gain 2,000, dodge the 5,500, and then he's going to take 35 to the face from Ultimate Falcon. But yeah, this card, when you pull it off against an opponent that has multiple monsters, it can be pretty broken. And there's not a lot your opponent can do to stop it unless they have back row. I mean, he had 1 lose a turn set, but what the fuck are you going to do with lose a turn when you have special summon monsters on the field? And then his hand, he had double card demise, which I don't know why you would run. I guess there's no reason not to run card demise in a deck like this, but I don't see you dumping your hand fast enough in this deck. Like, we can just, like, look at his deck and see, like, Solemn Strike, Draining Shield, wow, life point gaining. Yeah, this is like a Arrow Mage deck. Yeah, I don't see any really reason to, like, how you can dump your hand quite fast in this deck to a point where you can actually use Card of Demise, unless you, like, extremely dump your hand for, like, synchro. I can see that more happening in Quick Draw Synchron, or, like, Synchrons, but I don't know. I just don't see this deck dumping its hand. Because once you have Lone Fire Blossom, you just literally get everything from your deck. Lone Fire Blossom, Soul Charge, and then you get everything you need for your synchros from Lone Fire. But that's not what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I guess you can really throw Dark Requiem into anything as long as you're willing to play the extra. If you have room for the extra Rank Up Magic, which in Raidraptors it's not that hard to make room for it. Oh, that is Galaxy. Like, it's not that hard. Like, I even have room for Twin Twister. Like, you have your 19 monster lineup of your Force Last Strick, Tribute, Impale, Vanishing, Mimicry, Fuzzy, because Fuzzy is the ultimate floater, and you can just literally you literally go plus 3 technically when you use this card with Twin Twister, because you're getting rid of 2 of their cards and you're getting another Fuzzy. So this card's effect literally becomes destroy 2 spell and trap cards on the field. Yeah, I have Cyber Dragon Infinity here because you can summon that with Shave Force. Even though I'd rather go into Revolutionary Falcon most of the time, just because Revolutionary Falcon. And yeah, I guess this is also kind of turning into Raidraptor stuff, because Skip Force plus this equals this. And this usually wins most duels unless you run into... Oh. Okay, we're not gonna even look up Utopia the Lightning because I can't, because you know, typing in the Lightning doesn't actually bring up Utopia the Lightning, which is extremely weird. But that's beside the point. But yeah, this is fairly standard Raidraptor deck with the addition of Phantom Knights of Launch and Dark Requiem. And literally the only thing that I'd probably change if I would take this out and this out is I'd probably put in maybe another Icarus attack, or I'd just put in Upstart, because I don't actually see a reason not to have this card at this point, because the deck doesn't really change, and with how this deck summons rank 4s, this card's not really an ever dead card, because in a sense you could summon this off of this, which doesn't really make sense because you won't get any of its effects, or you can summon Blaze Falcon, so that's why I added a Blaze Falcon, because I'm not actually running Rank Up Magic Revolutionary Force in this deck, because the times that you want to go 1 rank higher is very slim to none in this deck. You always want to go in intervals of 2, so this is the only card you ever want to go 1 up, so it works. And it helps that the entire lineup of your Exceed monsters are dark, and it's really helpful that every card monster in this deck is dark, except for literally Castell, Cyber Dragon Infinity, and Norden, and those are extra deck monsters, so they don't even really count, so yeah. And I took Rise Falcon out because Rise Falcon's kind of absolutely useless. There's so many better options than this card. Like Force Strike. Or Force Strike. Or Force Strike. Just Force Strike. But yeah, I've kept you here long enough. See you later. This is Germany versus USA, and I'm out.